International Women's Day is a day for honoring the accomplishments of women the world over. And we at the International Women's Meditation Center have created the Outstanding Women in Buddhism Awards as a means of respecting, appreciating, and honoring the accomplishments of Buddhist women masters the world over. The following are the biographies of award recipients in the year 2018. In the year 2018, the event was held in Rayong, Thailand at the International Women's Meditation Center. And on that day, at the same event, was the grand opening ceremony of a meditation hall which was built by the Tzu Chi Buddhist Compassion Relief Foundation. I am Bhikkhuni Dr. Lee of the United States of America, and I am very proud to present the following biographies to you. Bhikkhuni Mingdao of China. Bhikkhuni Mingdao was born in Zhuhu district of Shanghai, China. As a child, she always helped the poor children who faced discrimination. She grew up confident, the daughter of a university professor, and attended high school. Upon graduation, she went onwards to study in Japan. She returned to China and married. After 8 years, she became exposed to Buddhism, found it to be of profound cultural heritage, and realized that the basis of Buddhism is benevolence. In April 2004, she, a wealthy, pampered wife, went to Wu Tai Mountain on a pilgrimage that changed her life. By the time she reached the mountain peak, she decided to leave the householder life. She decided this for 3 reasons. 1. She wants to alleviate the suffering of others. 2. She could use her character to be a good role model for girls. And 3. She wanted to show that it is good for successful, affluent women to ordain. Despite her family trying to prevent her from ordaining, she ordained at Suzhou Temple and entered a Buddhist institute, where she trained. In May 2007, she went to study at Shaolin Temple with its rigorous training, where they slept only 2 to 3 hours per night and sometimes stayed up all night reciting the sutras. During this time, she decided that she would like to serve the community and left the temple and let go of her identification with the temple. Bhikkhuni Mingdao went on to set up a charity organization. She has assisted students and also animals. She established a women's school, and then she was invited to Bamboo Forest Temple in Zhuzhou, Jiangsu Province, where she led the temple's reconstruction and restoration process and established it as a Bhikkhuni temple. As the abbess, she reminds herself that heavy weights do not weigh people. Currently, she is studying for a doctorate at Jiao Tong University. She is building her temple and hopes to construct a Buddhist college. She is deeply committed to upholding world peace and promoting human well-being. Susan Su Tuan Yu of Taiwan. Susan Su Tuan Yu believes that music is a positive energy that cleanses the human spirit and inspires goodness in people. As a music teacher of 34 years at Ximen Elementary School, she brought joy to the hearts of countless children. In addition to teaching, Susan Su Tuan Yu is an active choir conductor of many years standing. She led the Taipei Children's Choir, Journalists Club Children's Choir, Rendeng Choir, Xingfu Choir, Chinese and Japanese Women's Choir, and the Taipei Teachers Choir. Her awards include the Golden Conductors Award and a Silver Choir Award in 1997 at the Australian International Music Festival. At the age of 81, she is currently the Vice Chairperson of the Chinese Badish Music Association, Executive Director of the Chinese Chorus Association, Director of Rotary International Club 3480 District Choir, Secretary to the Asia Pacific International Buddhist Art and Cultural Exchange Association, and conductor of the Quan Su Tsai Choir, Fa Yu Choir, Shi Yun Choir, and the Guanzi Zai Choir. Her love of humanity and music has brought her to give concerts in 66 prisons in Taiwan, nursing homes, orphanages, and at international stages. She promotes Taiwanese folk songs, Badish music, and Buddhist songs. She has composed songs for Fo Quan Shan, Dharma Drum, Sut Chi Foundation, and Kik Lok Si in Malaysia. Bhikkhuni Singh Khan of Malaysia. Age of 25, Venerable Bhikkhuni Singh Khan entered Sing Phúc Thong Temple as a laywoman for 2 years, and another 2 years as a seminary under the guidance of her great-Grand Master Bhikkhu Sin Pui and Master Bhikkhuni Kung Chung. After 4 years of training, she took higher ordination as a bhikkhuni at Kek Lok Si Penang in 1985 under the preceptorship of the late Master Bai Sheng from Taiwan. In 1996, she took a diploma in Buddhism in the Buddhist Mahavihara. She took her second diploma at the Kellyana University in Sri Lanka in 1999. Then she studied at the International Buddhist College from 2001 to 2004. In between her studies, she served as a teacher and the vice principal of Sieng Lin Kindergarten. Dr. Christy Yuling Chang of Taiwan. Dr. Christy Yuling Chang of Taiwan holds a PhD and an MA in linguistics from the University of Hawaii and a BA degree in foreign languages and literature from National Taiwan University, Taipei. She utilized her talents masterfully as the president of Sakyadhita International Association of Buddhist Women between 2009 and 2013, and currently serves as the president of Sakyadhita Taiwan. She is also chair of the steering committee for the International Lay Buddhist Forum. In her early professional years, Dr. Christy taught linguistics and translation at National Taiwan University, as well as graduate programs in teaching Chinese as a second foreign language at National Chen Chi University. Currently, Dr. Christy is the resident director of the Taipei Study Center's Council on International Educational Exchange. Melinda Han-Swan Chang of Taiwan. Melinda Han-Swan Chang leads psychology workshops for women prisoners in Taiwan. She developed the cocoon workshop, as the prisoners are metaphorically in cocoons in a process of transformation. Melinda established a nonprofit organization, the Chinese Vision of Oneness for Spiritual Growth, and with other volunteers now serves Long Tan Women's Prison, Hsinchu Detention Center, Tu Cheng Teenage Care Center, Taipei Women's Detention Center, and Tao Yuan Women's Prison. To reach the larger society, she founded the Vision of Oneness International Growth Consultants Ltd. And authored You Are the Rich Awakened One, published in 2015. Melinda Han-Swan Chang's success is based upon her having made meaning of difficulties which she faced in her youth, namely being the third daughter in a family of 4 daughters in a patriarchal Chinese culture, seeing her father addicted to gambling until he gambled away their home, resulting in family debt and no money to go to school. Her father had an affair and her parents divorced, leaving the family full of arguments and hatred. And lastly, someone splashed sulfuric acid on her father's face, and the family fell into sorrow and panic. So Melinda took refuge in her faith in Buddhism. Whenever she lost faith in her family or herself, she made a deep connection with the Buddha. Melinda Han-Swan Chang went to college and studied and applied various aspects of psychology to her work and life for 30 years now. She has integrated Buddhism and modern psychology in a manner to help others. Melinda's vision is 1. Parents of the world awaken, and 2. Children of the world grow up in happiness. Bhikkhuni Dieu Nghia of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Dieu Nghia is the abbess of Bac Lien Temple in Bac Lieu Province, Vietnam. She was born in 1948 and left home to become a nun in 1966 at Long Duc Temple. She graduated from high school and attended many training courses for Buddhist Sangha officers, the course on Buddhist preaching, and several refresher courses for abbesses and abbots. Bhikkhuni Dieu Nghia is a pioneering woman who has shaped and managed the religious mission of Bac Lieu Province and built up the community of her province. Commissioner of the Managing Committee of the Bac Lieu Provincial Buddhist Sangha since 1997, with her tenure until 2021. She has grown the new generation of monastics for her province. She has spanned the decades guiding the education of the Buddhist Sangha and ordaining and maintaining Bhikkhuni monastic legal training. She has established a committee to teach preaching skills and sought funds to support the Bac Lieu Provincial Buddhist College. She organized formal ordination ceremonies for bhikkhunis and bhikkhus in 2002, 2005, and 2017. Her management, organizational, and material contributions to the Red Cross, the Vietnamese Women's Union, and the Vietnamese Association for Victims of Agent Orange Dioxin are all noted with achievement awards to her name. Bhikkhuni Dieu Nghia's research focuses on Bac Lieu Bhikkhuni regulations serving the Sangha and development of the nation. Bhikkhuni Thu Na of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Thu Na of Vietnam was born in 1943 and has been ordained for over 45 years. She is the abbess of Phuoc Vien Temple in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Her constant inner wish has remained the wholesome acts of giving and offering. Bhikkhuni Thu Nan understands that birth, aging, sickness, and death are normal stages of life, and that she is no exception. In 2002, she contracted cancer. She had frequent fevers that common medicine could not cure, and an examination revealed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma of the 3rd stage. She did not fear death and was concerned about charitable plans yet to be carried out, that her students were not yet mature enough to complete without her. So she changed her thinking. The disease was normal. If she had one day to live, she would live it to her best and live to help those in need. Then she realized that she felt really well and refreshed whenever she participated in charitable work. When away from this type of work, she felt sick. So she decided to take proper medical treatments of chemotherapy and radiation, forget the illness, and pay attention to the suffering of others. She enjoys to share rice from the temple with the poor and hungry, differently abled, homeless and elderly, and those with leprosy. So she did so. She enjoys disaster relief work. So she did so. She says, patience and perseverance can make for victory. And she noted that love from the members of her Sangha towards her motivated her greatly. Although not their biological mother, her love for them was really the same as that of a mother for her daughters. Therefore, she always thanks her existence to her Sangha's love and gratitude. After crossing the delicate line of death and still being healthy, she increased her charitable work, and from north to east, 63 provinces Bhikkhuni Thu Han traveled in charitable relief work, even into Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia, and India. Although 75 years old now, Bhikkhuni Thu Han still dreams to construct an accommodation area for the bhikkhunis to reside, a convenient place to work and learn at different academic levels, from BA to MA to PhD in Buddhism, as well as to translate and transfer knowledge to future generations. She has shared this dream with her students and the Bhikkhuni committee. The desire to spread love to others constantly motivates her. Currently, she is the vice chair of the Vietnamese Bhikkhuni committee, head of the Committee on Finances, and vice chair of the Charitable Work Fund. Bhikkhuni Dr. Yang Li of China. Bhikkhuni Dr. Yang Li of China is the abbess of Po Chi Temple. She is the 50th successor of the Caodong sect of Zen and is the first Bhikkhuni abbess of the Kaoshan Temple in its 1,000-year history. She was born into a Buddhist family in the ancient city of Chang'an, which has a deep Buddhist root. She began learning the art of acupuncture from her ancestors when she was only 4 years old, and started treating and helping patients when she was just a child. As a laywoman, she was devoted to undertaking charity work. Since 1986, she served as the acting Deputy Director General of the Hong Kong Gracious Glory Foundation. During this time, she devoted herself to medical charity work. She once raised $50 million for the treatment of persons with congenital heart disease. She cured 1,093 persons. She also enabled those living in remote areas to receive vaccinations for infectious diseases. She traveled to the Gannan area of Tibet to equip all the doctors with motorcycles and refrigerators for the vaccines and gave them money each month for gasoline. As a result, the herdsmen and women were able to receive basic vaccinations for the first time in their lives, and the incidence of infectious diseases drastically declined. After ordination, she took refuge with Venerable Yi Chan in order to follow the Wei Yang sect lineage and strove to revive the 1,000-year-old Zen temple. She rebuilt the monastery, hung the bell in the Zen hall, and practiced meditation in the Kaoshan tradition. She established the Caodong Buddhist Institute to educate faithful monastics with Buddhist scriptures. She developed Sushi Zen with an emphasis on both Zen literature and Zen farming. She established the precepts for the ancient temple and enabled the Caodong lineage, which has the most followers in the world, to shine in solemn and sacred glory once again. Venerable Bhikkhuni Dr. Yang Li also established the Zanzi Caodong Charity Organization, which dedicates itself to protection and preservation of the temple, culture, and historical relics, provides for the elderly, and offers continuing education to unemployed women and students who have dropped out. Kaoshan Baoji Temple is now a new monastery for women and practitioners of modern Buddhism. It improved traditional farming by creating Zen farming, which develops and distributes local organic produce to nearby villagers and disciples and shares profits with them. Her Zen literature materials disseminate the Buddha's teachings in a relaxed and vivid way. She also applies Zen to a series of handicrafts and gifts to let the Buddha's teachings enter the artistic life of modern people. Jui Chu Chen of Taiwan. Jui Chu Chen in her early childhood cared for herself and her younger brothers and sisters as her parents worked diligently. She contemplated the importance of parents accompanying and guiding their children's learned activities. She studied independently, yet yearned for their support. By high school, family debts increased, and she studied and worked to assist her family. As an adult, she worked in a trading company, and yet her concern for education of children in the community remained. So in 1998, with her former classmate, Su Huoyu, she established the Heart Lotus Garden School, Geng Sin Lian Yuan School. She became the first director and CEO of its foundation, the Geng Sin Lian Yuan Educational Foundation, in 2003. Jiu Chu Chen organizes the school, guides students to serve the community, be diligent, cultivate gratitude, and create harmonious relationships with their families. For nearly 20 years, Jiu Chu Chen has brought together children, families, schools, and community activists to create a benevolent community with ethics and the spirit of a traditional, functional family in the modern age. This approach follows the inspirational teachings of Master Chin Kung's. In 2003, she established the Ming Lun School for economically disadvantaged youth with diversified teaching activities and great benefits to the students. In the same year, she set up Love Family Social Enterprise, providing consumers with health food and proceeds going to the foundation. For this, Jui Chu Chen earned Taiwan's Social Enterprise Award for Small SMEs in 2015. Dr. Nhu Nguyen of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Dr. Nhu Nguyen, also known as Dr. Nguyen Thi Tu Nguyen, was born in 1966 and ordained at the age of 12 in 1974 at Giec Ho Temple in Can Tho Province, Vietnam. From 1974 to 81, she cultivated herself and studied primary and secondary school. From 1985 to 1997, she cultivated herself and studied at Phuc Vien Temple. Then Bhikkhuni Nhu Nguyen went to Taiwan and studied Chinese at the Center of National Languages of Taiwan's University of Education in Taipei, Taiwan, 1997 to 2000. She continued for her master's degree at the same university in the field of Oriental thought and humanities. Finally, she traveled to China, Phuc Kien Pedagogic University, and earned her PhD degree in Cultural Studies in 2008. By 2013, she co-founded and was secretary of the Voice of Vietnamese Buddhist Women, Hào Dam Journal, which can be found on the World Wide Web, dacsanhoadam.com, or in Vietnamese, nigiovetnam.com. Bhikkhuni Dr. Nhu Nguyen from 2009 to present is a permanent lecturer and Vice Dean in the Faculty of Chinese Studies of Vietnam's Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City. From 2009 to 2016, she lectured at the College of Advanced and Middle Buddhist Studies in Ho Chi Minh City. Since 2012, she has served as a member of the Department of Education for Bhikkhunis and Bhikkhus of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha. Since 2009, she has served as the Vice Chair of the Communications Committee of the Bhikkhuni Department of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha of Ho Chi Minh City. And from 2016 onwards, she is the Vice Standing Head of the Governing Board of the Bhikkhuni Dormitory of Vietnamese Buddhist University. Her research presented at Buddhist institutes, colleges, universities, and international meetings include Buddhist nuns and the development of the Buddhist Sangha, typical characteristics of Buddhism in the Mekong region, Buddhist nuns in Ho Chi Minh City, Bhikkhunis and the development of the Bhikkhuni Sangha, young nuns in the age of integration, women and global connectivity, Buddhist education for the young nuns generation, and education of Khmer, Theravada, Buddhism in southern Vietnam, and other issues related to Buddhist education. Mechi Duong Samorn Bunrot of Thailand. Mechi Duong Samorn was born in 1949. She graduated from high school grade 3. She ordained in 1992 and began contributing to Buddhist activities. She focused on the population of elementary and middle school children and organized Dhamma camps which developed the children's understanding of Buddhism and meditation and overall Thai etiquette. She also cared for village children on a regular basis. Occasionally, she visited schools in Jantabri province to offer meditation on morality and ethics teachings. She donated generously to schools, providing equipment, supplies, computers, and musical instruments. As Chief Meiji of Canterbury Province, she stood for the development of Meiji meditation centers by purchasing land, drilling water wells, and casting Buddha statues. She also looks after the quality of life of Meichis in the provinces and their opportunities for development. Administratively, she is a committee member of the Thai Meiji Institute and the Thai Meiji Association, and has sought funds to assist these organizations. She traveled to an international meeting in Korea and also participated in a Sakidita conference. In terms of social work, she has provided food to flood victims in the northeast of Thailand, and for her numerous contributions to society, she received a Good Thai Citizenship Award in 2008. Meiji Duong Samorn even traveled to Laos to build a large Buddha statue and generously offered hospital supplies which were needed. She would like to help the goals of Buddhist women's movement to proceed forward. Bhikkhuni Yu Tuyen of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Yu Tuyen's life is all about Buddhism. In the temple, since the age of 5, An Pu Temple, with Bhikkhu Tu Bak as abbot, she witnessed and experienced a compassionate environment where her teacher cared for old and sick monks. Thus, she vowed to nurse the old, sick, homeless, and incapacitated. Her life is a special story because her mother, 4 older brothers, and 2 older sisters all became Buddhist monks and nuns. Today, she cares for 150 people in her small temple where she is the abbess, Lam Quang Temple, number 301/117H, Bin Dong Wharf, in Ward 14, District 8 of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. She takes care of and protects the elderly and releases society of burden. She has made charity trips around the country, mobilized donors, guided disciples, received awards and praise from newspapers. Mostly she recalls as a young girl many years living in the temple, growing up with the scriptures, the sound of the temple bell, being instructed by a compassionate and merciful teacher. So she has a spiritual and practical life of caring for the lonely elderly. Bhikkhuni Dr. Hong Nhu of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Dr. Hong Nhu, a lecturer in the Faculty of Philosophy at Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City, is one of the most famous high-technology Dharma teachers in Vietnam, with her YouTube videos reaching millions around the world. Bhikkhuni Dr. Hong Nhu holds a PhD from India with a doctoral dissertation topic of Buddhist psychotherapy, a modern perspective. For the past 12 years, she has taught bhikkhunis and bhikkhus at the university and plans to continue onwards propagating Buddhism to Vietnam's emerging young generation of monastics. She has focused on teaching Dhamma to college and high school students during summer retreats, meditation retreats, and recitation retreats. She has also made outreach to workers, officers, business people, intellectuals, Buddhist followers, and those of other faiths. Korea, France, Germany, Sweden, Canada, the USA, and Australia are just some of the countries where she has taught. Her compassion towards the blind is most noteworthy, having printed and distributed more than 2,000 Braille books of the Buddhist sutras and textbooks for teenagers. Her financial donations to the blind reach the millions. Her meditation retreats for the blind began in 2011, in which she has taught 70 retreats with participants numbering between 300 and 1,000 persons per retreat. In terms of Dhamma propagation, Bhikkhuni Dr. Hong Nhu has published 500,000 VCDs and DVDs, and in 2016 alone, she delivered 115 Dhamma talks. Her YouTube videos are uploaded and viewed by millions. Please see youtube.com, channel 1, and search for Bhikkhuni Dr. Hong Nhu of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Sun O of Korea. Born in 1962, Bhikkhuni Sun O is ordained for 36 years. She is the abbess of Jong Dosa Temple in Chongchong, Nam Do, Korea. For 12 years, she studied Buddhism at the university level, including at Samson Sangha University, Samson Graduate School of Buddhism, Dongguk Graduate School of Buddhism, and Jungang Sangha University. She also received degrees in social welfare from the National Institute for Lifelong Education and in child welfare from the same institute. Bhikkhuni Sun O is the director of the Sudok Social Welfare Foundation and the Dang Jin Social Welfare Foundation. She is the president of the Korean Bhikkhuni Association of Social Welfare for Chongchong and an instructor of Dang Jin Police Department, as well as a commissioner of the Human Rights Committee of Dang Jin. She was the co-chair of the Dang Jin Environmental Movement Association and now is a member of the executive committee of the Nipo Cultural Forest Route Cooperative Committee. Bhikkhuni Sun O also guides Hong Song Prison to have a business. Bhikkhuni Sun O constructed Jongdosa Temple. She is the founding and managing director of Dang Jin Child Welfare Center, Dang Jin's first children's center. She is also the managing director of the Dang Jin Municipal Nursing Home, which cares for 100 elderly people and has a staff of 57 employees. At Jongdosa Temple, she has organized senior citizen gatherings for 17 years, a youth conference for 10 years, a Lotus Festival for 10 years, which brings 5,000 visitors, Dan Jin Temple Choir, and the Blue Lotus Farmers Association. For 18 years, she has worked to create volunteer groups, Dangjing Buddhist Volunteer Group, Chongsan Life Sharing Practice Volunteer Group, and the Social Club of the Jogye Order of Social Welfare Volunteers. Bhikkhuni Sun O's awards and honors are numerous, including from the Dang Jin City Mayor, the Korean military, the Department of Education of Dang Jin, the Jogye Order of Korean Buddhism, the Police Department, Rotary International, Son Seong Senior College, and the Dang Jin Environmental Movement. Bhikkhuni U Tu of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni U Tu, ordained now 53 years, is a member of the executive board of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha. She is also the vice president and secretary of the Vietnamese Bhikkhuni Committee. At the age of 14, she ordained with Bhikkhuni Hu Yen Huy, former Secretary General of the Northern Vietnamese Bhikkhuni Sangha. She flourished in the compassionate teachings of the Buddha and in viewing the Buddha's image, and gained clear direction to serve human beings. Bhikkhuni Yu Tu taught primary and secondary school and holds a BA degree. In her free time, she sought out social subjects to nourish people. At the age of 24, she returned to Dong Nai province and built a small monastery where she taught poor children and poor students. Step by step, sweet fruits ripened and a long-term path of social activities developed. In the 1980s, she developed a cooperative for making rattan and fine art handcrafts for export. The Tan Kong Cooperative prospered into a factory, winning provincial and national awards for years. In 1990, she was appointed abbess of the Giek Tam Temple in Ho Chi Minh City, where she founded a kindergarten serving 200 children. taught by Bhikkhuni teachers. In addition, she serves from 2017 until 2022 as the Standing Deputy Director of the Charity Society of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha. Bhikkhuni Huy Thu's charitable activities have included programs for the blind, scholarships and bicycles for students, drilling wells, wheelchair distribution, assisting those affected by natural disasters, offering meaningful presents to poor children on the Mid-Autumn Festival, building bridges and houses of gratitude and love. Bhikkhuni Dr. Nguyen Nhuget of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Dr. Nguyen Nhuget, also known as Nguyen Thi Tu Ha of Vietnam, escaped from her family at the age of 14 and took refuge in Huay Lam Temple in Ho Chi Minh City for the purpose of spiritual learning and cultivation. She attended the College of Basic Buddhism from 1989 to 93 and was in the first batch after Saigon's independence. She continued onwards to the College of Advanced Buddhism and earned a BA in Buddhism in 1997. Next, she headed to India to pursue an MS degree in Buddhist Studies, 1997 to 99. Ultimately, she attained a PhD from the Department of Buddhist Studies, University of Delhi, India, with a doctoral dissertation entitled The Origin and Development of the Bhikkhuni Sangha in Vietnam in 1999. With heroic accomplishments in hand, in 2000, she established the Department of Western Buddhist History at Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City, where she is a permanent lecturer and vice head of the Bhikkhuni dormitory. Gifted in academics and administration, Bhikkhuni Dr. Huy Nhuget is a member of the Executive Council of the Buddhist Sangha of Ho Chi Minh City and Chief Officer of the Bhikkhuni Sangha there. Nationally, she is a standing member of the Bhikkhuni Committee of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha and a member of the International Buddhist Committee. Her books include Leading to Liberation, Ho Chi Minh City, General Publishing House in 2012. Buddhism at the Grassroots in 2013 on Ho Chi Minh City, General Publishing House. Compassion and Justice in 2015 from the same publishing house. Vietnamese Buddhist Women, Traditional and Modern from 2016 at the Ho Chi Minh City National University Publishing House. And the Ho Dam Journal, The Voice of Vietnamese Buddhist Women, a monthly publication from 2013 to present. Some of her research papers include the commitment of Buddhist women in Vietnam through social charity, highlights of Ben Tre nuns, recommendations for the development of Buddhist women, education of contemporary Vietnamese nuns, the polar star among Vietnamese nuns, Bhikkhuni Nhu Tan, 1911 till 1999. Ho Chi Minh City Nuns, Outstanding Achievements in International Exchange Today. Bhikkhuni Huy Duc of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Huy Duc of Vietnam has organized activities across Vietnam to assist poor patients, students, and local people. Her awards for these efforts are from Ho Chi Minh City,Ien Tieng Province, Tien Giang Province, Vinh Long Province, Ben Tri Province, Binh Dinh Province, Quang Nam Province, Thai Binh Province, and Quang Binh Province. She has been drilling wells, creating disaster relief, building houses, roads, and bridges, offering school fees and school equipment, and assisting the visually impaired. All of these activities are part of her social work commitment. Also, her work to protect the environment is notable and has received numerous honors. She teaches people to recycle, plant trees, not use plastic bags, and teaches children and the young to protect the environment. Born in 1977, she ordained at age 12, attended high school, graduated from the Vietnamese Buddhist Institute in Ho Chi Minh City and the English Language University in the same city. Bhikkhuni Hu Duc worked in the office of the preaching department of the Preacher Training College of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha, and also for Enlightenment Weekly magazine, Kiek Ngo. Since 2010, she holds the position of abbess of Yuan Yin Temple in Ho Chi Minh City. Bhikkhuni Hu Duc focuses her Dhamma teaching towards three populations. First, children and the young. Second, young businessmen and women. And third, factory workers. For children, she organizes Seeding the Good Heart, a monthly one-day course to cultivate their spiritual practice, appreciate their daily life, cultivate gratitude towards their caregivers, and offering loving kindness to persons less fortunate than themselves. For young businesswomen and businessmen, she teaches them how to remain calm, keeping a calm mind, and manage their lives in this high-tech world. For factory workers, she brings the Buddha's teachings and creates opportunities for them to learn. Administratively, Bhikkhuni Hu Duc served the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha in the financial department from 2012 to 2017, the Vietnamese Bhikkhuni Committee's Executive Council as the Vice Secretary from 2012 to 2017, and the Cultural Department of Ho Chi Minh's Buddhist Sangha during the same period. Bhikkhuni Wei Jong of Korea. Bhikkhuni Wei Jong is ordained for half a century. She was born in the year the Korean War broke out. She experienced poverty, and deaths were personal and many. When she became 16, she asked herself, "What is life?" She became a Buddhist monastic and practiced asceticism for 3 years. After that, she took her full vows. Since then, she has researched and studied Buddhism, going to various traditional Buddhist schools and colleges for 10 years, graduating from Samson Buddhist Sangha Graduate School. Subsequently, Bhikkhuni Wei Jong established a student union and youth group consecutively. She guided these early disciples and developed a small temple, which later grew into a large temple, Myung Bubsa Temple of Pyeongtaek, Korea. Her temple and subsequent welfare center, children's daycare center, and senior welfare facility now have 1,000 volunteers. They are recognized as the foremost religious facility and welfare center of Pyeongtaek, a city of 500,000 inhabitants. Bhikkhuni Wei Jong believes that Buddhism should benefit society, so she began to serve free meals to the homeless each week and help workers who are in need. For 35 years, she organized her own soup kitchen. In addition, she developed a children's daycare center, as well as facilities for the differently abled. Then she established a foundation to attend to these projects. She visits seniors at home who cannot move well, and she cleans their houses and bathes them. She has done these activities for 30 years. Bhikkhuni Wei Jong traveled to Gyeonggi-do, Cheongbuk-do, and other cities and provinces to volunteer during natural disasters. She invited famous monastics to offer talks at her temple and translated and published Buddhist scriptures. She asks others, what are the appropriate values for our society, and encourages them to contemplate. She offers monastic scholarships. Bhikkhuni Wei Jong taught her disciples to do volunteer work for society, and now it is a 30-year tradition at Myung Bubsa Temple. Bhikkhuni Wei Jong sets an extraordinary example of a bhikkhuni and has received honors from the Jogye Order of Buddhism in Korea. She has received many awards for her work. Even a stamp was issued in memory of the volunteer activities of Myeongbupsa Temple. Her message is that the Buddhist teachings should not be confined to only Dhamma talks. The Buddha's teachings can be practiced in society so that they are most beautiful. Bhikkhuni Kwan Chien of Taiwan. Bhikkhuni Kwan Chien, 33 years in the robes, offers Dhamma talks around the world, including the USA, Canada, Singapore, Indonesia, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Switzerland, and China. Her books are must-reads for Buddhist art historians, totaling 14, and a Buddhist art quarterly, the Chu Feng Quarterly. Since 2002, she set up a television channel airing 37 series, a total of 1,355 DVDs. She enjoys the relaxed and joyful path and leads Buddhist art pilgrimages to China, India, Japan, Korea, Sri Lanka, and Cambodia, helping participants to verify what they read, develop a positive nature, and nurture Buddhist artistic spirit. From 1999 to 2007, she was the abbess of Fa Yuan Temple, and in 2007 she moved to Yongshu Vihara and established the Chu Feng Buddhist Art Institute and Foundation, which offers courses on location and via internet. In 2017, she established the Chu Feng Center of Hsinchu. Bhikkhuni Kwan Chien contributes to academic dialogue by teaching Buddhism throughout Taiwan at Buddhist temples and universities. For example, Fuyan Buddhist Institute, Huoyan College, Yuanquang Buddhist College, Hongxi Buddhist College, Taichung Weekend Buddhist College, National Chai Tung University, National Tsinghua University, Furen Catholic University, Xuanchuang University, and National Hsinchu University of Education. Most notably, this love of Buddhist art arose in her youth when at the age of 3, her grandmother carried her to the Buddhist temple, circumambulating the Buddhist sculptures and chanting the Buddha's name. Then her father, a landscape architect, made many Buddhist sculptures for Fa Yuan Temple in Hsinchu and elsewhere, and she ran around and looked up to see finished and half-finished sculptures, making them her dearest childhood playmates. She graduated from Tamkang University as an architect, studied further, and received an MS in architecture from National Cheng Kung University. Then she and her father worked together to create Buddhist structures, artwork, and landscapes. They restored Gai Yuan Temple in Tainan, constructed the Blessed Kuan Yin in Henan Temple, Hualien, the Silent Contemplation Hut in Nuamien, Mount Puli, the Silent Contemplation Building, which later became the Yu Yu Yang Museum in Taipei, and the Peace-Granting Bodhisattva in Da'an Park, Taipei. Some of her book titles include Ancient Chinese Buddhist Sculpture, The Buddhist Caves of the Northern Liang Dynasty, The Pillared Temple Caves of China and India, The Stone Buddha Sculptures of Ding Zhao, which is an e-book, Northern Wei Dynasty Buddhism, The Longmen Caves, and Tang Dynasty Buddhism and Buddhist Arts. Su Huayu of Taiwan. Huayu graduated from National Kaohsiung Normal University as a teacher. Born in a rural village with beautiful mountains and rivers, she worked after school to help her mother collect wood, weed the garden, pick tea, and sew clothes. Times were challenging and similar for all families. In the evening, she and her siblings enjoyed to sit by the river bank and wait for their father, who would bring fresh bread from the bakery on his way home. In school, she always followed her teachers and later her professors' words and deeds. She came to understand that teaching is a responsibility and also a commitment, and she bravely accepted her government teaching position in Shanchong district with its poverty, crowded, low dark houses and alleys, and poor civilization. It was the era of family factory workers, and people left the countryside of southern Taiwan to live in crowded urban conditions in the north. She met Master Ching Kong's and felt spiritual support as she received the guiding words. She quotes, "A teacher is the cumulative blessing for students," end quote. Also, Professor Zheng Shi Yan taught her the Infinite Life Sutra, and she thereby followed Pure Land Buddhism. With new energy arising, she created a children's reading class and called it the Lotus Garden School, Gengxin Lin Yuan, along with Juichu Chen, her former university classmate. Su Huiyu, a teacher par excellence, brought the sutras and Chinese traditional classics to children. After this, they established a foundation and relocated to better premises, where the landlord, the whole family, created bright and spacious classrooms, a library, a lecture Dhamma hall, and a vegetarian restaurant. Bhikkhuni Nu Yuan of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Nu Yuan of Vietnam was born in 1966 in Ben Tre Province, Vietnam. In 1980, she ordained with Bhikkhu Le Chon. In 1995, she received full ordination at Vien Kiek Temple in Ben Tre Province. In 1997, she graduated from the Basic Buddhist Studies program at Vien Nhiem Temple, a 3-year program of study. In 2001, she graduated from the College of Buddhist Studies at Vien Nhiem Temple, Ho Chi Minh, a 4-year program of study. Then in 2003, she graduated with a bachelor's degree in law from Hanoi University of Law, a 5-year program of study. In 2007, Bhikkhuni Nu Yuan was nominated to be the abbess of Tu Hu Temple in Chao Tan district of Ben Tre Province. Subsequently, she was invited to join the provincial Buddhist Sangha. She has served Ben Tre Province Sangha development by applying her knowledge and leadership skills as follows. The Chief Secretary from 2007 to 2012 of the Sangha Department of Economy and Finances. The Chief Secretary since 2009 of the Provincial Bhikkhuni Sangha. The Department of Education for Bhikkhu and Bhikkhunis member since 2010. The Ben Tre Intermediate Schools Board of Rectors member since 2010. The Provincial Sangha Executive Committee's permanent member. The Deputy Head of the Department of Information and Communication. Deputy Head of Legislation, and pending decision to be the Vice Principal of the Buddhist Studies College of Ben Tre Province. Bhikkhuni Nu Yuan has conducted research and presented it at meetings, opened Dhamma classes, facilitated favorable living conditions for bhikkhunis at the College of Buddhist Studies, in addition to a full spectrum of service activities, including donating scholarships, wheelchairs, coffins, building houses, bridges, roads, with charity journeys all over the country. In addition, she sponsors 76 dioxin-affected children with money and rice each year. Bhikkhuni Patama of Thailand. Bhikkhuni Patama was born on November 25, 1946. Her mother and father were rice farmers and they had 4 children. She was the youngest child. She had 2 older brothers and 1 older sister. While her siblings were able to attend school until primary school grade 4, Bhikkhuni Patama studied until she received her BA in Business Management from Rangkampeng University in 1977. She enjoyed to study and her mother always encouraged her. Both her mother and father worked to raise funds for her education and she earned several scholarships. Upon graduation, she worked in management and finance at the Thai Government Highway Department for 33 years. When she reached the age of 55, she early retired in order to follow her youthful wish to study Dhamma and ordain. She began to read the Tipitaka. Upon the death of her mother, she received 43 rai of land. She gave her 3 nieces 8 rai each. The remaining land she kept to build a temple. Step by step, she proceeded and used her life savings and investment money to create a temple with 6 kutis, dwellings, a multi-purpose hall, and a meditation hall. She studied the Tipitaka very well and became the first Thai laywoman, upasika, to be able to recite all 311 bhikkhuni rules by memory. In 2013, she became a samaneri, and in 2015, she took bhikkhuni ordination. Next, Bhikkhuni Patama created a foundation to protect her temple, Vatra Bunyaniti Patamajitta Foundation. Currently, she continues to read the Tipitaka. She also offers scholarships to students and teaches students to study the Tipitaka. She celebrates the Buddhist holidays at her temple along with the villagers and teaches Dhamma. Bhikkhuni Patama is now 71 years old and seeking a student to follow in her footsteps. Bhikkhuni Dio Khan of Vietnam. Bhikkhuni Dio Khan is ordained for 53 years and is the head of social charity in Vietnam. She is the abbess of Bao Quang Temple, head of Bhikkhuni studies, and a permanent member of the Buddhist Sangha National Committee of Vietnam. She works at the Sangha Abbot Committee in Da Nang City, and every 3 months organizes a meeting of bhikkhunis who belong to the 7 districts of Da Nang City. When Da Nang City opened the first Buddhist Studies College, she kindly offered her temple to receive bhikkhunis from around the country to board and study. 6 cohorts of bhikkhunis have graduated from the college since 1992, a total of 123 bhikkhunis. Some of these bhikkhunis are continuing their studies in Vietnam, doing Buddhist service or studying abroad. Bhikkhuni Dio Khan herself graduated from Hue Buddhist Studies College and from the Saigon Kindergarten Teachers College. Thus, she has been active in promoting education and child rights in Vietnam. She holds many senior administrative posts in the Vietnamese Sangha, the Women's Union, national organizations, and has successfully managed her temple for the past 35 years. She supports the Agent Orange Victims Association, the Red Cross, the Disabled and Orphaned Children's Association, the Association of Charity and Children's Rights Protection. Bhikkhuni Dio Khan is active and organizes Love Porridge for 4 hospitals, charity lunches for cancer patients, offerings for Day of the Poor, flood disaster relief, support for the blind, gifts for poor children on Mid-Autumn Festival and June 1st at the International Children's Festival, rice distribution to families in need, visits to Vietnamese living abroad in Laos, Cambodia, and India. She has established a kindergarten in India, created a blood donation program at her temple, and she nobly supports 30 houses, including charity houses and gratitude houses in Da Nang City. Her awards are numerous, recognizing her leadership roles in the community and her successful implementation of social work. She received the Medal of Honor in 2001 from President Pham Te Duyet. In 2007 and 2011, she received the Excellent Achievement Award from the Da Nang City Disabled People and Orphans Association. In 2011 and 2007, she received the Excellence Award in Developing Projects for Women from the Da Nang City Social Welfare Association and the Vietnam Central Women's Union Excellence Award in 2012. And she received a Medal of Honor from Da Nang City People's Committee for assistance to women and poor children. Bhikkhuni Susila of the United States of America. Bhikkhuni Susila is the founder of Lotus Meditation and Education Center in Diamond Bar, California, USA. Her center serves not only bhikkhunis, but also anyone who is interested in studying and practicing Buddhism. Bhikkhuni Susila encourages both children and adults to learn the Buddhist teachings. She directs them to practice dana, generosity, sila, morality, and bhavana, meditation. Bhikkhuni Susila was a successful pharmacist before her renunciation. She received her higher ordination on the 10th of October in 2010 at Dharma Vijaya Buddhist Vihara. She spent 3 months during the rain retreat season at Bhavana Society in West Virginia and practiced meditation. She creatively organizes assistance to those in developing countries of Vietnam and Sri Lanka. She has funded building a school, a bridge, water wells, and offering of hospital services for cataract surgery and food relief. Bhikkhuni Dr. Z. Day of Taiwan. Bhikkhuni Dr. Z. Day was born in Zhanghua County and graduated from the Graduate Institute of Natural Healing Sciences at Nanhua University. She obtained her PhD from Heilong University of Chinese Medicine. She loves to teach and specializes in internal medicine and female infertility. A diligent monastic, she published several self-help books and audiobooks for free distribution as an effort to foster cultural inheritance. Bhikkhuni Dr. Z. Day offers counseling at prisons. She also assists disadvantaged groups by creating fun fairs and visits to nursing homes. She combines healing mind and body as a monastic and as a doctor. Bhikkhuni Z.D. has engaged in numerous international medical exchanges where she has explained the usefulness of Chinese medicine for Western medical practitioners. She understands the role of natural medicine in modern global societies. Also, she organizes free clinics in remote rural areas. Currently, she is still in practice and views treating patients as the first and foremost merit field. Bhikkhuni Dr. Z. Day encourages people to find the love of their lives, think positively, face diseases, and develop a correct understanding about how to remain healthy in daily life activities. Bhikkhuni Zishan of Taiwan. Bhikkhuni Zishan of Taiwan was born near the sea in Taichung in 1946, and as a child she enjoyed reading and graduated first place from her elementary school. And she also received a provincial prize. At the age of 19, she entered monastic life and went to study at Siming Buddhist College, where she served as the class leader. She excelled in being an interpreter and translator for many famous teachers. After that, she began to teach the sutras and preach the Dharma widely. In addition, she served in ordination ceremonies as a preceptor and karma master. Upon graduation from the Buddhist college, she became active in learning from the newly formed Chinese Buddhist Bhikkhuni Association, where she took courses without interruption. She worked to improve Bhikkhuni education and enhance unity. In addition, Bhikkhuni Sijan accepted leadership positions in various Buddhist associations: Buddhist Sangha, World Sangha Congress, Chonghua Buddhist Temple Association, Buddhist Association of Taichung County, and others. She notes, "The Buddha has had mercy on me. Over the past several decades, she has had a couple of good disciples who attend to her and help her spread the Dharma."